Do you see this apple here? How would you feel if I told you that the color of this apple isn't red? I'm not lying. This apple really isn't the color red. Let me explain. How we perceive things differs greatly compared to other animals. Take this for example. Let's bring back the apple. As humans, we can see that this apple is the color red. However, some organisms, such as horses and most insects, do not see this as a red apple. Instead, they don't see the color red at all. They would see it in a much more earthy brownish hue. This means that they have a different Umwelt when compared to humans. What is Umwelt? Umwelt is the German word for environment. Umwelt refers to the unique way an organism perceives its environment and surroundings. Because Umwelt varies from organism to organism, we could all very well be looking at the same exact thing, but perceive it in a very different way. Now, why am I bringing up Umwelt? Well, dogs, a very popular type of furry friend, have a distinctive Umwelt that is incredibly different from humans. Many of you might have a dog, or maybe you know of a friend or family member who has a dog. I also have a dog. Let me introduce you to Daisy May. She's a 9-year-old border collie. To those who may not have a dog or are not very accustomed to them, dogs tend to sniff quite a lot during their walks. They like to constantly sniff patches of grass or random locations. I can definitely attest to this since Daisy right here is always constantly running around sniffing everything she can. To humans, this may seem like a bit of a burden. You want to keep progressing along your walk, so having your dog stop every 5 seconds can be quite bothersome. However, have you ever stopped to wonder why they might do this? Dogs' Umwelt are so vastly different from ours, specifically regarding their noses. Human noses don't pick up small details on smells since our noses just aren't as sensitive compared to dog noses. Let's compare the two. Dog noses have about 50 times the amount of olfactory receptors compared to humans, meaning that they can pick up and process more sensitive smells. Additionally, dogs have larger olfactory bulbs, allowing them to receive significantly more information from simply smelling things. Let's also take a closer look at the shape of a dog's nose. If you look closely, they have side-facing slits. So, when they breathe out, this air essentially goes through the slits and wafts back through their nose. Humans don't do this because of the shape of our noses. We can only push air straight out when we exhale. Because dogs cycle through the air they just inhaled, this means that the scents linger in their nose, allowing them to further process all the different information from the scents. Unlike humans, dogs can gain quite a lot of information solely from smelling. They can determine another organism's gender, age, or even their species just from smelling. In the same way that we rely on sight to process the information in front of us, dogs rely on their noses to gather their vital information. Next time you're walking your dog, you should slow down the pace of your walk so that your little buddy can sniff everything to their heart's content. As for Daisy here, I'll be sure to increase the length of her walk so that she can sniff everything she wants to. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the channel and the links in the video description.